let's leave sports the fuck alone. Like, there is certain times where a commissioner or the owners or some governing body needs to step in and affect something. Whether it's in sports or it's at a company, right? Like, if you have things truly going wrong, the CEO needs to step in and be like, hey, we're going to change this. Or, hey, we need to put this notice out. Or, hey, we need to be put on alert. As fans, there's a reason we're not in charge of this. Because we don't think as calmly and rational as most of these CEOs. We don't think as calmly and rational as most of these owners, despite us having low opinions of some of these owners. But no matter what you think of some of these owners, they do pay the bills, and they make the choices. So let's understand, there's all this talk right now about changing playoff formats, right? Like, we want to change the playoff formats in the NBA. The East is 2 weeks, the West is all the good teams, make it just the top 16. Okay. We want to change the NFL playoff format, or we want to change division winners, and whenever there's a team that makes it in 7-9 or 8, they shouldn't be allowed to be in. This should be just the top 6 teams. Okay. We want to change the playoff format in baseball because the wild card team has just as good a chance to win as the division winner, and that's just not fair. Right. So let's understand something here. There is this huge outcry for wanting to change things as fans. Like, we just want to do it, and we want it instant, right? Like, we are just in an age and an era where if it's not instant, it's just considered slow. Amazon has 2-day shipping. If it comes after 2 days, oh my gosh, I'm waiting forever. I've talked to, like, my grandmother and my grandparents and my aunts and uncles, and stuff used to take 5 to 7 days to get anywhere, and that was considered fast. We have emails, we have text messaging, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and I'm not trying to sound like the old guy, because I'm not, but everything is so fast, and we want something changed immediately. If you go to a store and you buy something and you want to return it, you want your transaction to be instantaneous, right? Not even returning it, just buying some. Your transaction to be instantaneous. So we have these chips now. We want it to be instantaneous, and we get bugged when it takes too long. We get bugged. We got to just sit there and enter our pins. Like, take a deep breath and calm down. With all these talks about should we switch things up, let's understand the Eagles and Patriots are going to the Super Bowl, right? The Eagles and Patriots are both the number 1 seeds. Doesn't that mean they're both the best team from their conference? So the conferences are being represented correctly in the Super Bowl? Let's look at this. Starting since 2013, mind you. Denver versus Seattle. 2014 Patriots versus Seahawks. 2015 Broncos versus Panthers. 2016 Patriots versus Falcons. 2017 Patriots versus Eagles. All of those teams are 1 seed except the Falcons. They were a 2. You see, what we did is everyone just kind of got distracted in the world of sports, right? Everyone was like, we had this run of Eli and the Giants were winning Super Bowls, and they were wild cards, and they were getting into the playoffs and beating the Patriots, and it was like, oh my gosh, we need to change that. Then we had in baseball, the San Francisco Giants are getting in, and they're winning the World Series, and they're just wild cards. We need to change that. The NBA, 1 seeds are getting upset, and, we need to change the 1 seed. Do we? Isn't it funny that the Warriors have represented the West the last 3 years and probably going to represent it for the next 3 years, and they've always been a 1 seed? LeBron's Heat, followed by LeBron's Cavaliers, except for 2 years, have been 1 seeds. Oh, that's right. LeBron's on his way to his 8th straight final. The seeding is fine in basketball. We don't need the top 8 West or the top 16 overall. You keep top 8 West and top 8 East, because naturally these things fix themselves over time. The best teams and best players will sort themselves out, and they will place themselves accordingly. The best games are not going to be determined by The Trailblazers and Wizards. They're not the best players. They're not the best teams. A wild card will not always win a Super Bowl nor a World Series. It just doesn't happen. Isn't it funny, even in baseball, after the run of the Giants doing it as wild cards, the Astros and the Cubs are the last two World Series champions. Both teams won 100 games. Both teams deserved to be where they were. Both teams showed that they were the best team in their sport. I'm all for changes. I think everyone should be able to vocalize their opinion. But there's a reason why, at our highest form of office, in the presidency, in Congress, there is a system of steps and a system in which things must be voted on, approved, and gone through this whole process before even tiny things can be changed. Let's stop trying to change sports at every angle.